stories. Shouts out to everybody.
But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass gun you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass blade you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass bomb you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. You ain't motherfucking ready, ho. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass gun you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass blade you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass bomb you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. You ain't motherfucking ready, ho. But they hit you with something you ain't ready for. 4-4, take it down, about to let it go. Take it down, now your brains all on the floor. Everybody get down on the fucking floor. Get the money, get the running out the fucking dough. Get the whip, gotta dip, we gotta go. Eliminate every enemy on the boat. Sniper, rifle, gotta let them know. Exterminate, catching too many bodies. You and your girl caught you doing Pilates. So you driving Bugatti, I got a laser weapon. And I want a motherfucker know what they can do to your body. You caught a coup to the lava, we use a frequency weapons to teach a lesson. I'm the one that's gonna bring our spaghetti, a demon level element. Better go for development. The revolution here, that we gotta stay relevant. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass gun you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass blade you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass bomb you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Motherfuckers ain't ready, ho. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass gun you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass blade you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass bomb you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. You motherfuckers ain't ready, ho. But they hit you with something you ain't ready for. 4 color point bullets that'll take a soul. Soul flying out the body while you shake and roll. Rolling up a bag of weed, gotta fucking smoke. Smoking with a bad chick while we load up. Up the mag when we motherfucking show up. Up in it when I'm getting up in haircuts. We got a bunch of money, I gave her a haircut. Cause the feds catching too many bodies. You and the cops gonna cry to your mama. I don't fuck with the folly. If anybody gon' be talking about me, I murder you, then I bury the body. You think this shit is a hobby? I got a weapon stand over your body. You better run, cause here come the body. Somebody stop me, but you cannot deny me. The revolution is here, and I bought a fucking gun in the park. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass gun you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass blade you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass bomb you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. You motherfuckers ain't ready, ho. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass gun you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass blade you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. Got a big ass bomb you ain't ready for. But they hit you with some shit you ain't ready for. You motherfuckers ain't ready, ho.
That's right. You ain't ready, ho. Shout out to everybody coming through. HHN Special Stories.
Hurricane 313.
Taking lives, taking lives, it's a homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's a homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's a homicide. Fucking motherfucking fist, it is time for you to die. Taking lives, taking lives, it's a homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's a homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's a homicide. Fucking motherfucking fist, it is time for you to die. Taking lives on the fucking time, it's a homicide. I'ma ride with my 45, man, she go the side, she gon' ride by, then you climb, she got double guys, we gon' find every fucking thing, shoot up in the spine all the time, I've been on the grind, now I gotta shine, taking everything back, bitch, I want what is mine, with these rhymes, I will change your mind, make you grab a 9, it is time for a revolution, everybody ride for the bullets, as soon as I pull it, come through like a duelist, no bullshit, these motherfuckers ruthless, don't tell me to cool it, it's over now, I gun you down, ain't scared of the laws, I'm busting rounds at all you clowns, and shut them down, taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide, taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide, taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Fuck these motherfucking feds, it is time for you to die. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Fuck these motherfucking feds, it is time for you to die. I'ma ride till the day I die, my fist in the sky, no surprise. If you scared to die, get up off the line. With these vibes, I be changing lives. We got rebel ties, we despise all the government telling all the lies. No surprise, money agent times, poison in disguise. Fluoride in the fucking water, they want us to die. Time to ride against the government, taking all their lives. We can drive to the Pentagon, take it overnight. Fill it with bullets, and soon as we pull it, coming through with the ruthless, they shooting. Yo, we ain't scared to do it. While playing the music, the revolution, let's get to moving. Before my soldiers, the revolution, let's get to shooting. Let's get to shooting. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Fuck these motherfucking feds, it is time for you to die. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Fuck these motherfucking feds, it is time for you to die. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Fuck these motherfucking feds, it is time for you to die. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Taking lives, taking lives, it's like homicide. Fuck these motherfucking feds, it is time for you to die.
Hurricane 313.
Stall master. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We got about to crack the code. We hacking everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We got about to crack the code. Hacking everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We got about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We got about to crack the code. Breaking the facilities, killing all our enemies, hacking every fucking thing. Gotta get a bunch of cheese, treated like a SEAL team, shooting with the drill team. Foreign ass movie till you reach my fucking kill scene. Yeah, world is a stage, I'm releasing all my rage, taking faces off like a motherfucking Nick Cage. In the days when I spray, this how I retaliate. Yes, I eradicate rules, yeah, I have to break everything. Yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code. Who are you? Tried to tell me what to do, I would not comply. Government tried to block the truth, so they gotta die. You tried to tell me what to do, I would not comply. Government tried to block the truth, so they gotta die. I'ma ride with my 45, chick on the side, blowing up a building, causing motherfucking homicide. Putting C4 when they ride, deal them every time, like a mob flick. Now I'm hacking all they phone lines, black cards and credit cards, they exotic cars. I might hack them all, crash them all into a wall. Chillin' with my dogs, that's watch the empire fall. Had to make them call, yeah, I made them empires fall. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Hacking everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Hacking everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code.
Salute, live and learn.
Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code.
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. test of the United States government. This is not a test. A nuclear attack was commenced against the United States. 15 nuclear bombs have detonated in several areas across the country. They include Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, Denver, Detroit,
today going
Los
good.
Angeles, Las Vegas, New York, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Contingency plan, I got mine on my hip. Knocking on his door, I've seen you with Christ live. Contingency plan, I'm with your bitch in the sticks. She got canned goods, but this hoe wanna eat my dick. Contingency plan, I'm standing tall in the collapse. They wanna govern our mind and study how we all react. Fingers on triggers, watch freedom fall right in our lap. Contingency plan, shit hit the fan, no going back. A coward die 1,000 deaths, I'ma die once. My contingency plan, real niggas to the front. Grab a bat, grab a sword, grab a gun. Bullets raining like a hurricane, reload the drums. The purge, my home away from home. Wait, here I come, rule number 1. When it's deep, never run. Let them shells cook a nigga alive, be well done. Baptized by fire, feel like Satan, son. Chosen ones need to unite, there's more than one. Left, right, paradigm can trick a real one. My niggas acting like I wasn't in the field once. Last night I had a dream, we fought for freedom and we won. And I put that on my unborn son, straight slaughter. I put that on my unborn daughter. My contingency plan includes your bloodline and torture. Yeah. Divine enforcer, yeah, all that greed, look at what it cost you. Holy Bible in my hand, I sent them to the altar. Married to the smoke, me and my pistol at the altar. Contingency plan, I got mine on my hip. Knocking on this door, I'll send you with Christ live. Hurricane, what's your plan?
My contingency plan is go ballistic. And see for expensive time to bring the rules for paying attention. Private structure bus cut down to simultaneous. Blowing up, everything is so horrendous. I'm the angriest, dude, real pistols is dangerous. Bound strapped to my chest with the zaniness. Keep on naming this duffel weapon, I stole it. Throwing politicians and feds up in the ocean. Where's my opponent? Show me my opponent. Billionaires and Davos, I gotta smoke them. After you win, I pick them up and throw them. Fuck all the talking. It's time for us to show them everything. With the rangers in my veins, burning everything. Ain't no leaving, no dead remains. Better feel the pain. In the name of the hurricane. If you don't kill the government, the shit will never change.
Well, gentlemen, when the shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys stay.
All right, let's get off into the news. Let's talk about David Wilcox. Like the David Wilcox just died by self-deletion, but he did put out some shit. If they say motherfucker self-deleted, don't believe that shit.
Shocking claims are emerging online following the reported death of paranormal author and streamer David Wilcock. While authorities have outlined preliminary details of the incident, some of Wilcock's associates are now alleging that cyberstalking and online harassment may have played a role, claims that remain unverified. According to the Boulder County Sheriff's Office, a call was received around 10:44 a.m. on April 20. Officials say the caller may have been experiencing a mental health crisis. Deputies arrived shortly after 11 a.m. They encountered a man outside a residence holding a weapon. Within minutes of their arrival, the individual reportedly used the weapon on himself and was...
Now, we need to see the body cam footage of that. Where's the body cam footage? That's the first question. Said you pulled up to the scene. Motherfucker was outside. It said moments. I'm talking like moments y'all pulled up. Y'all probably get out the car. The niggas said, blah. Probably. And you couldn't probably see it on the body cam. But at the end of the day, we need that body cam footage. And he said it sounded like he had a mental breakdown. They always go the mental health route. That's the shit I hate. He was mentally disturbed. Nah, he already put it out there. If anything happened to me, it's a fucking lie. I say the same shit. If motherfucker said I self-deleted, don't believe that shit. If motherfucker said I OD'd, don't believe that shit. Motherfucker said I died of alcohol poisoning, don't believe that shit. Gang-related activity, don't believe that shit. Or if they said I murked somebody, don't believe that shit. My motherfucking when I delete, it's with a purpose. It ain't just gonna be no random motherfucker on the goddamn street. You know, you know, and no hurricane is not going to self-delete, not going to OD, not going to go through none of that shit. So if y'all hear any of that shit, don't believe it. So this is the same thing that David Wilcox said, and the same thing that the lady we about to cover, she said. So let's get back off into it. But they said, got a call, sound like it's mentally disturbed, got to the spot, and moments when they got there, he pulled the trigger on himself. So now we all probably seen David Wilcox on the History Channel, Ancient Aliens, and a whole bunch of other podcasts he used to be on and shit. So yeah, I seen him back in the day. What up, though? Man, dog, I meant to hit you up. But nigga, that fucking bill came in and I was like, oh shit. I was like, that bill came in. I was like, ah, fuck. Fuck. But like best believe the first is coming up though. So like, yeah, dog, I got you. I'm gonna hit you up on the first. You already know what it is. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know why it's still fucking cold in April. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, yeah, a man named David Wilcox self-deleted. Like he's a researcher and a person that's up into the aliens and the technology and shit. But he's just the first part of the video. Like I really want to talk about this girl named Amy. She wild shit that she went through was crazy. But a whole bunch of other scientists and people that was working for NASA and doing a whole bunch of other shit. It's just been coming up dead or missing. So I'm like, well, you know, like why everybody distracted by the war and Epstein, scientists are coming up dead or missing and like motherfuckers are self-deleting. When they put out there, yo, if anything happened to me saying that I self-deleted, don't believe that shit. And I know the powers that shouldn't be is like, damn. I know they probably had to have known, but like at the end of the day, I think they forgot. Let's kill the motherfucker, say suicide. They ain't gonna believe it. Who gives a shit? Everything is a conspiracy now, but fuck it.
Announced dead at the scene. Investigators confirmed no one else was found on the property. The case remains under review with the coroner. In the hours after the news surfaced, claims began spreading across social media. Corey Good, an extraterrestrial theorist, writer, producer, director, and self-proclaimed whistleblower who described Wilcock as a close friend, alleged that cyberstalking and online harassment had deeply affected him. In posts online, Good claimed Wilcock had been targeted by cyberstalkers, subjected to online attacks, and struggling under sustained pressure. He went further, calling for justice and suggesting these factors contributed to the tragedy.
And to me, I find that to be bullshit because motherfuckers been calling that nigga crazy forever. You think a motherfucker gonna self-delete? Oh my God, now the pressure has built it up. Oh my God. Like there was internet out when you looked at it during his time and he was still being called a crazy in a nut job because of all the shit that he researched. They call us crazy now, even though there's alien disclosure. Still call us crazy. You believe in aliens? Like, bitch, you believe in Jesus? We both crazy.
Others in the UFO and alternative research community echoed similar sentiments. Vicky Verma, editor and main writer at howandwise.com and UFO/ancient mysteries enthusiast, described Wilcock as energetic, positive, but facing mounting personal and legal stress. Similar posts referenced legal disputes.
Now, personal and legal stress. Now, personal, okay. I understand that could take a toll on you, but legal stress, you can deal with that. You got money. That's how you deal with legal stress. You have money. So, you know what the fuck? Like, I'm surprised he ain't go on the I was right all along campaign.
Online harassment and ongoing criticism.
Yeah, man, but like motherfuckers been getting that all their life. It's like, come on now, you a motherfucker in the spotlight talking about aliens. Yes, niggas are gonna call you fucking nuts. But it's like, goddamn, like you've been hearing it all your life. It's like, nah, it takes a toll on you. No, I don't think so. That man was murdered, probably by the police. Cause I want to see the motherfucking body cam footage.
These claims have not been independently verified by authorities. At this stage, it's critical to separate official statements from unverified claims. David Wilcock had built a large following online through his work on UFOs, consciousness, and alternative theories. Like many high-profile online figures, he also faced intense scrutiny and criticism. The situation has reignited conversations around online harassment, creator mental health, and accountability in digital spaces. Meanwhile, a friend of Wilcock's has also come forward, disputing the narrative that the UFO researcher YouTuber claimed his own life. UFO researcher, filmmaker, and YouTuber David Wilcock has died at the age of 53, according to authorities in Nederland, Colorado. Officials reportedly say the incident is being treated as a case of self-inflicted injury. The news has triggered widespread reaction across online communities. A close friend, who said she had been in contact with Wilcock until April 19, is now sharing stunning details, which give a sense of Wilcock's final days before his mystery death. Rochelle Vaughn, who calls Wilcock her best friend, says she is stunned by claims surrounding the UFO researcher's death, revealing he was in good spirits just days before the incident. She says Wilcock's death comes as a complete shock, as the two spoke just days earlier. Amid reports of a possible suicide, the woman reveals that on their final call, Wilcock was excited about the future and actively making plans. Her message has added a deeply personal dimension to the story, raising questions among followers about the circumstances leading up to his death. According to the Boulder County Sheriff's Office, as reported by TMZ, an emergency communications specialist who handled the 911 call believed the caller may have been experiencing a mental health crisis. Deputies arrived at the scene and encountered a man outside a residence holding a weapon. Officials say that within minutes of their arrival, the individual used the weapon on himself and was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities reportedly confirmed that deputies searched the home and surrounding property and found no one else present. Detectives are now working with the Boulder County Coroner's Office to determine the official cause and manner of death. The investigation remains ongoing. Wilcock had built a large online following through his UFO research, alternative theories, and digital content. The news of his shocking death has sparked widespread reaction, with many expressing disbelief, especially in light of his friend's account. In the wake of the incident, many speculation have circulated online, including wild theories linking his death to his UFO research, but these claims remain baseless. Authorities have not confirmed any additional factors, and no official conclusions beyond initial findings have been released. Officials continue to urge reliance on verified information as the investigation proceeds. As questions remain, David Wilcock is being remembered not just for his work, but through the voices of those who knew him personally.
Now let's get on to the...
I found out that I was being physically surveilled by the following method. My ex-boyfriend and I realized that people had been breaking into our apartment while we were gone together in the same vehicle. And so, like, I'm in the apartment, I'm about to go to work, and I'm like, why don't you take out the trash and scope out the parking lot and make sure it's okay before I go to work? So he goes out there and he's like, there's this weird fucking Lexus. It's like a silver Lexus. This is a shitty apartment. Like, why is there really nice Lexus in the parking lot? And it has tinted windows that are not street legal. Like, just totally dark, totally black tinted windows that are not possibly street legal. And so he comes back in and we're standing in our bedroom window looking at the Lexus and talking about it. And I say out loud, maybe we should walk over there later and take a picture of the license plate. Because the Lexus is across the parking lot from us, but it's backed in, so you can't see the license plate. Within 2 minutes of me saying, hey, we should walk over there later and take a picture of the license plate, we were still standing there at the window looking at it, talking about it. And an Eastern European looking motherfucker with a black beanie, dressed all in black, in his 50s or 60s, walked out of the apartment directly across from ours holding a license plate. And he opened the trunk of the Lexus and he took out some tools and he changed the license plate right in front of our fucking faces. And then he walked back to his apartment and he put the old license plate on the front patio and went inside, left it outside. And it was literally like, come get the license plate. I have more where this came from. Come get the license plate. And then after that, the Lexus started tailing me. And every time I saw the Lexus, it had a different license plate. It would be like Alabama plates, a different state plate. It would be random dealer plates, none of which were local. Just like cardboard temporary dealer plates, none of which were any local dealers. Every time I saw it, it was different plates. It would follow me to the gas station to go get beer. I would go get beer at the gas station, and that Lexus follows me. And even my ex called an Uber once. He called an Uber. The Lexus pulled out from the spot across the parking lot from our apartment, drove over to our apartment, and said, "Hey, I'm your Uber here to pick you up."
Reports surrounding the death of Amy Eskridge, a researcher associated with experimental anti-gravity concepts, have drawn renewed attention following claims about messages she sent prior to her passing. Amy Eskridge was found with a gunshot wound to the head in Huntsville, and her death was officially ruled a suicide. However, reports state that approximately 1 month before her death, she sent a message to a friend expressing fear for her safety and denying any intention to harm herself. In May 2022, she reportedly said in a text, "If you see any report that I killed myself, I most definitely did not. If you see any report that I overdosed, I most definitely did not. If you see any report that I killed anyone else, I most definitely did not." The message has since circulated widely online, contributing to speculation and debate about the circumstances surrounding her death. Additional claims reported in media accounts suggest Eskridge told a friend she believed she had been subjected to physical and psychological attacks prior to her death, including references to what she described as an energy weapon. In a prior interview before her passing, Eskridge reportedly expressed growing concern for her safety, stating that she was becoming increasingly afraid and felt the need to disclose soon. Let's dig deeper about her story. Amy Eskridge, 34-year-old at the time of her death, was a United States-based researcher and entrepreneur connected to experimental propulsion and anti-gravity concepts. She co-founded the Institute for Exotic Science, an independent group that aimed to publicly explore and discuss unconventional physics ideas like gravity manipulation. She died at the age of 34 inches, Huntsville, Alabama. She came from a NASA-connected family. Her father was an engineer, and her area of expertise was focused in advanced propulsion theories and experimental science. Before her death, Eskridge made disturbing statements suggesting she felt threatened. She reportedly said her life was in danger, claimed harassment and intimidation, including allegations involving energy weapons. She posted that she would never kill herself. She died on the 11th of June 2022, which was officially ruled as suicide self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities have not publicly released detailed investigation findings. This lack of transparency is one of the key reasons the case keeps resurfacing. Eskridge's case is often grouped into broader cases where multiple scientists have died or disappeared mysteriously. However, it's a question that remains unanswered. Anti-gravity research itself has a long history of controversy and speculation. For example, Ning Li was another scientist known for similar theories. Her work also sparked decades of speculation. She was struck by a car in Huntsville, which left her with a permanent brain damage. She later died. This field sits at the intersection of real theoretical physics, experimental ideas, public fascination with hidden technology. Here is a list of scientists who have died and others reported missing. At NASA JPL, Frank Mywald dead. Top scientist detecting signs of alien.
Damn. You know we gotta motherfucking grab this. Screenshot.
Experimental ideas, public fascination with hidden technology. Here is a list of scientists who have died and others reported missing. At NASA JPL, Frank Mywald dead. Top scientist detecting signs of alien life. Carl Grillmeier, dead. scientist working on infrared telescopes. His work reportedly found a planet with water. Michael David Hicks, dead, NASA research scientist. Monica Jacinto Reza, missing, director of Materials Processing Group, received funding. At the Kansas City National Security Campus, Stephen Garcia, missing, government contractor. At Los Alamos National Laboratory, Melissa Cassius, missing, administrative assistant. Anthony Chavez, missing, former employee until 2017. At AFRL Air Force Research Laboratory, William Neal McCasland, missing, oversaw research at base. Connected to AFRL Wright-Patterson AFB and AFRL Kirtland AFB, which are described as building parts of nuclear weapons and overseeing research. Additional individuals listed with no direct connection discovered. Nuno Loureiro, dead, nuclear fusion researcher. Jason Thomas, dead, pharmaceutical researcher. Amy Catherine Eskridge, dead, anti-gravity researcher. According to Amy's case, authorities have not released further details beyond the official ruling. The case continues to attract online attention due to the nature of the claims and Eskridge's reported work. Thanks for watching.
Found dead shortly after this 2022 interview. It was ruled a suicide, but no investigation details were made public, and British intelligence officer Frank Milburn testified before Congress in 23 that her death was not a suicide. She also said, "This is a few months before her death. If you see any report that I killed myself, I most definitely did not." So let's listen to what she had to say.
It's been independently discovered 4 other times.
Anti-gravity.
He said it has been suppressed every single fucking time. And he said, I don't think they're going to suppress it this time. He said, I think you're in the clear. He said, they obviously know about you because I've had multiple, both protective and threatening interactions with various agency affiliations, whatever. He was like, if you haven't had a U.S. government agent come to you and say, stop, shut the fuck up, stop, shut the fuck up. If that hasn't happened, they're going to let you do it. They're waiting. There are SSP motherfuckers that are fucking twiddling their thumbs. Like, is Amy not going to publish soon? Duh. We've been influencing this bitch forever. Doesn't she know we want her to publish? Jesus. Like, there's multiple people doing that right now. And on the other side of the fence, there's multiple parties looking at each other like, didn't we tell this bitch 3 years ago that we kill people for this? Is she not listening? What is she doing? She's still doing it? What? We told her we were going to kill her 3 years ago. So I have these two different scenarios floating constantly in my life where I have people being like, do it, you're the one, do it. And then I have multiple people being like, they're going to kill you. Don't do it. They're going to kill you.
So I don't know if you noticed, she mentioned SSP in that clip. Isn't that the thing Kurt was ranting about when we did the NASA story last week? The secret space program, which just means the military space program. Okay, so, and here's one more. Between 2007 and 2025, Israel tracked down and assassinated 25 Iranian nuclear scientists, including 14 in the first 12 hours of the attacks on Iran last June.
Damn.
If a foreign country is targeting our nuclear scientists, there's a 99.99% chance it's real. So let me bring in someone to talk about this. Our good friend Kim Bright is going to help us talk about this. She's a pioneer in the nutrition industry, expert in health and wellness, and founder of Bright Core Nutrition, now in its 29th year. Since the 80s, she's been appearing regularly on national, syndicated, and local radio television programs, educating people on how to optimize their health. She's also a sponsor of the show. Welcome back to the show, Kim Bright.
Hey, Jimmy. You know, it gets weirder and weirder. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, pleasure. I want to hear it. Let me let's take a look at this. This is some more about the missing NASA scientists.
The passing of yet another NASA scientist has resurfaced as the list of chilling disappearances and mysterious deaths of those with ties to America's space and nuclear secrets grows longer. The disturbing cases have since sent internet sleuths into a frenzy, searching for answers about the unsettling pattern. Here's what to know. Michael David Hicks, who worked at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Flint Ridge, California, as a research assistant, passed away at the age of 59 in July of 2023. However, there's no public cause of death or autopsy for Hicks' passing, nor any mention of how he died in his obituary, although it does ask for donations in his memory to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. Hicks's death is just one in a web of concerning deaths and disappearances of NASA scientists and individuals with ties to U.S. space secrets. 3 other scientists with ties to NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, or JPL, have either gone missing or died over the past few years, even as recently as February.
Here to talk more about this is Kim Bright. Kim, what do you have to say about this?
Well, Well, I mean, let's talk about the circumstances surrounding some of these missing and dead scientists. I mean, astrophysicist Carl Grillmeyer was shot dead on his porch in his own home, way out in the boonies in California. They made an arrest, and they've never established a clear motive. Another researcher at NASA, Frank Maywald, died, and just like the other scientist Hicks, there's little to no public information about how he died. And then Monica Reza, well, she went missing mysteriously in 2025, hiking in California with friends. They turned around and she was gone. She hasn't been seen since. They found her hat. Then General William McCaslin, he also shockingly has gone missing, and he vanished from his home just this past February. Anthony Chavez, Melissa Cassis, I can't remember how to pronounce her last name, but they vanished from their homes too. They left behind their wallets, their phones, their keys. And as of right now, Jimmy, no federal agency has publicly acknowledged any of the connections between these cases. But what makes all these cases so much more suspicious is that they all worked at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratories, JPL, or in another division that specialized in sensitive nuclear and defense research. But I think you have to ask the question, when does a pattern stop simply being a coincidence? And there might even be another one. I don't know if you've heard about this, but David Wilcock, famous UFO researcher who is on History Channel, and he's New York Times bestselling author, very involved with UFO research, supposedly committed suicide out front of his house in front of law enforcement near Boulder, Colorado, just a few days ago on 4/20. He was only 53. And he also had made videos that said, I'm not going to commit suicide. So, it's very interesting, don't you think? I mean, there's always been this dark cloud over NASA with everything that they do. I'm 71, and I've been around to see all the inconsistencies of how they operate versus what they report to the public.
And we can just go back to Project Paperclip. Real shit.
I mean, this is absolutely nuts. What do you know about Artemis 2?
Well, let me bring up something interesting about Artemis 2 and all the other rocket launches happening. Rocket launches, when they go up, release so much debris. The fuel they're burning, it's releasing polymers and other pollutants into the atmosphere, of course, which we all share and inhale. And that's just a small part of it. There's a ton of other ways that we're being exposed to the same type of chemicals and pollutants. And it's not just these launches, but also all the pollution that's being caused by the war in Iran. Every time a missile goes off, Jimmy, or a bomb explodes, microplastic particles are released into the upper atmosphere, and they spread globally. So no matter where you live, these microplastics are going to have significant impact on your health. And of course, microplastics are the tiny plastic particles that form when larger plastic items break down through sunlight, heat, and friction. And they're found everywhere. They just keep getting smaller and smaller. They never go away. They're in our oceans, our rivers, our soil, our food, our drinking water, and our air. And because these particles are so small, they now easily move through the food chain and can enter our bloodstream and our organs. And you might ask, how exactly do they get into our bodies, Kim? Well, they're absorbed through our skin, ingested into our gastrointestinal system, and inhaled into our lungs. And Jimmy,
what about
I got one for you. Do you know that 94% of the United States contains microplastics, and 88% of our protein sources, our meat, our seafood, even tofu, have microplastics in them? That's crazy.
It didn't used to be like this, though, right? I mean, this is relatively new phenomenon, is it not?
Yes, it is. But humans now ingest 6 times more microplastic particles than they did in 1990, 6 times more.
That's what I'm talking about.
Every breath we take, we inhale these microplastics. The average American is inhaling 68,000 microplastic particles every single day, and that number only goes up. And now there's this unprecedented amount of microplastics both in our environment and in our bodies, and we cannot underestimate the devastating impact that this is going to have on our health. I mean, no joke here. You're far more likely to die from the pollution of war than you are to be a casualty of combat. Let me explain why. That's because these microplastics are causing inflammation in our bodies, oxidative stress, and they're actually all altering our DNA. And all of this is dramatically increasing our risk of developing cancer and other chronic diseases, Jimmy. And people with microplastic plaque in their veins and arteries are 4.5 times more likely to die from heart attack or stroke. And I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't think that's too cool.
I just had a recent prostate cancer scare, and isn't there a study that talks?
Motherfucker talk about prostate cancer and shit. Pause. I'm not going to the hospital. I'll be 40 in the next 2 years. I ain't going. I ain't going. Real men don't go.
It's about microplastics and prostate.
Quit saying
Yes,
prostate.
There's a new study that found that 9 out of 10 prostate cancer tissue samples, they found microplastics in that. 9 out of 10. And, we have a problem because plastic will never fully decompose. All it does is it just breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces. And when it becomes smaller than 5 millimeters, that's called microplastic. And then we have nanoplastics, which get even smaller. And they're so small that they can't even be seen with the human eye. And, there was another recent study out, Jimmy, that showed the level of microplastics in the frontal cortex of our brains has increased 50% between 2016 and 2024.
Damn.
I mean, this is nuts. The chemicals they're using in plastics are leading to higher rates of severe long-term illnesses, including raising the incidence of early onset dementia, Alzheimer's, and other mental health issues that people are experiencing. And microplastics have also been shown to impact our metabolism, our rate of obesity, thyroid, hormones, energy levels, bone density, muscle mass, and the more health risks are coming to light every single day. I mean, if you want to just say it, basically these microplastics are breaking our bodies down to the point where we're just withering away.
So what about RFK? Is he doing anything about this?
Nope.
Isn't he trying to address this?
Oh, yeah. I think he tries. He's got so much pushback from all those idiots in D.C., the swamp guys. I mean, just recently, he's tried.
Yeah, you get pushed back from that, but you ain't getting pushed back for working with big tech. Never forget, RFK bent over to big tech.
To push to remove microplastics from our food and water. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, is including microplastics and pharmaceuticals on a list of contaminants in drinking water, and that is for the first time, Jimmy. But, these efforts...
Wow, the EPA finally doing something. Like, they don't want their head on the chopping block. But no, sorry, EPA. Environmental Protection Agency. Y'all got to get it too. Y'all about to get fucked up too. The EPA, the FDA, the FCC, the FTC. All y'all niggas about to get the bullets to the face, allegedly.
Kind of misleading because even though we know that plastics are causing us so much harm, we just keep producing them more and more and more. And the global plastic production has more than doubled between the year 2000 and 2022. And projections for its growth is more than 40% between 2025 and 2040.
Well, let's talk about the people profiting off this. Let me play this for you.
ExxonMobil and Shell made over $110 billion in combined revenue from their chemical businesses in 2024.
Plastics is the growth area. They know how to do it. They already have access to the gas that you need to make plastics. They're not constrained at all by what happens to people. They don't care about that. They just see this as, okay, what do my shareholders need? How am I going to make a ton of money?
I think that the oil and gas majors all see a major opportunity. They've been investing very heavily, billions of dollars, into building plastic producing facilities. So when they're losing some of their profit center or expect to be losing some of their core profit centers, this is a place where they might be able to make up some of that lost profit.
So, what's your response to that?
Well, it's always the bottom line with big corporations, right, Jimmy? I mean, we have to admit that in a lot of ways, plastic is an amazing material because it can be used for so many different things, and it's also super cheap to make. So you have a lot of profit in it. But when you combine inexpensive with very useful, you're going to have a lot of demand. So, despite the harm it's causing to the environment and to our health, these industry giants keep investing heavily in more plastic production. And we know how the world works. Its profit motives are prioritized over human health. They don't care, just like the guy said. And this continues to be true regardless of the administration that's in power. We've seen it time and time again. And because we're competing with a profit-driven industry, when we avoid bottles that are plastic and containers and synthetic materials like polyester in our clothing, and we cut down on packaged and processed foods, these are all important steps. But when, just limiting the use of plastic is not going to be enough, Jimmy, because we have to take active steps to remove these toxins from our bodies before they do irreversible damage. And that's just the truth.
Well, here's a study. So now, I take the kimchi, the bright core kimchi every day, and it has lots of great benefits. But here's a study. Tell me about.
Yeah, take the kimchi. That's what the old girl make. They about to get over to some kimchi talk, but like try kimchi. Now, like the actual kimchi is all nasty, smell bad, taste bad. But if you get the pill or the capsules, take it daily, it'll clear your motherfucking body up. Now, that's the end of that. This is the HHN special stories on the scientists and the motherfucking researchers coming up missing or dead. I figured this is something that we need to talk about. Anybody really talking about it? I just wanted to get it out the way real quick. I'll be back later for an HHN special report, but I'll also come back after this for Frequency Friday. So then I catch y'all in a minute. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shouts out to Chances, homeboy from the hood. Shouts out to Live and Learn. Everybody go watch on the playback. Happy Friday, high day. Frequency Friday. You already know what it is. And much love to my UK correspondent, Vanta. See you in a minute, baby. And shouts out to everybody. Peace.